Hey guys, I am back. Going Gear EDC Club is here today. Just pulled it out of the mailbox. I'm always excited when, this is one of the best top subscriptions of the month. From the minute I see Woodstock, Georgia on tracking. And so, listen, informed delivery by USPS. Yeah, me and USPS have a very love-hate relationship. But informed delivery, totally free. You sign up for it. And every day they send you an email and they tell you what's showing up. They give you a list of packages that may be coming and what's inbound, you know. And so anyway, when I see packages incoming and I see Woodstock, Georgia, I get super excited because it means Going Gear's on its way to me. Anyway, there's a link to Going Gear in the video description. It is not an affiliate link or anything like that. These guys, I love their stuff. Top-notch customer service. I stand behind them 100%, and I recommend them all the time. And those are the links I like to throw in video descriptions because people often ask me, like, what are your favorite, subscriptions? What do you recommend? So let's switch let's flip hats. Let's switch our mode of thought. Let's get out of the, most subscriptions we look at are outdoors, kind of tactical, survival type stuff. And we're going to get into the EDC mindset. And, as we go through, like I always do, I'll explain my two different definitions, ways to look at what EDC means. Let me get into this package. Who likes to get into the package, huh? You know what? I might not even... I just rediscovered the ZT-200. God, what a beast of a knife. What a great knife. But I just realized I might not even need to cut into it. Yeah, we'll just use brute force. Package used to, this subscription used to come in the green box, which I liked, but this has got to save them a fortune on shipping. All right, so we've only got 4 items. Some people have been complaining. I'm going to tell you that, like, the item count and everything in EDC Club has gone down. That's true, but the quality of items is still pretty good. We'll see what we got here. So I get the premium subscription, which is like the top plan. There's the standard and the premium. So there's 3 items in the standard and then 1 in the premium. So we'll go through the standard first. This is going to be our premium item. We'll set it aside. We've got 3 items in the standard. We've got something else from NAFS. We had a pretty nice knife from I have been carrying the Lander 1. It's a pretty decent EDC knife. I've been enjoying it from last month's box. A little small, but for a very light little EDC blade, not bad at all. And I haven't switched the scales. It's still in blue. So let's start at the bottom. NAFS aluminum ruler with knife angle finder. Ooh, that can be really important for sharpening, but we'll take a look at this. Price is $13.99. All the prices on this sheet come directly from their website. So it's an anodized aluminum ruler, and I have just metal ruler upon metal ruler. Most of mine are those the flat, steel ones you find at, like, I don't know, you find them in a lot of places, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Walmart, whatever. So it's kind of a chunk blue, not the color chunk blue, but it's a chunky, it's a pretty rigid, firm ruler. And I'm in the position where I use rulers all the time for a number of different things. So it's nice to have another one. But what's really important, what I really like on this is this angle finder. And here's why. When you go to resharpen a knife, and when you have experience, I'll throw this in there. When you have experience, when you've sharpened 100 knives, 1,000,000 knives, you get pretty good. Hang on, I just got to find it. It was right here. Here we go. When you have a stone, it gets pretty easy for you when you have experience to just sort of visual and feel that angle and get that angle on the stone. When you don't, if you're relatively new, or you just don't sharpen knives a lot, it's very easy to jack your blade up because you either just get that angle wrong. And, what people tend to do is more often than not, they don't go too shallow, they go too steep. And so now you're just wrecking the bevel that's on there. Or you do opposite, uneven angles. And that can have a very bad effect on your cutting edge as well. What this does for you is let you actually measure the angle on your blade. This is a great blade to test with because it's a nice flat ground blade. So there's nothing, this one's, it's just for camera testing purposes, for showing it on camera. So the way these work is you've got to put it in there, and you've got to, it's kind of hard to do. So you have to, like from this, so what you would normally do is you put this on a flat surface and you'd put the knife in at a 90-degree angle, and you'd see which, 90 degrees, you know, perpendicular to this surface. And you'd see putting the knife in 90 degrees where your blade lines up without showing any light between the blade and the surface. And that's how you know what angle to sharpen it on. Now, not every blade is going to have a perfect angle that matches up here, but these are the most common angles that you're gonna see. And most blades will fit one of these angles. There is 17 degrees. Razor blades are frequently sharpened at like straight razors and stuff at 17 degrees. But there are some blades that are at 22 degrees. These are generally the angles that you'll find most production blades sharpened at. I know I did a terrible example of showing you. It's really hard to do at this angle. It really is. But, you know, this is a great tool to have. Especially if you don't know exactly what angle your knife is pre-ground at. Now, if you want to, you can use this also. Let's say you want to reprofile. There's reasons to have specific angles on blades, and I'm not going to get into that. You can look that up online. You know, whether you want a finer edge, which makes it a little bit more brittle, or let's face it, you can't. I guess theoretically you could make your bevel wider, a more obtuse angle, but that would mean you've got to lose a lot of steel to go higher up on the blade. But there are reasons why you might want to sharpen down to a finer, a more acute angle, and this would help you keep measuring till you got there. Sorry, I spent a lot of time talking about a ruler, but I really think this is a good tool to have. Plus, you have, you know, a standard inch and centimeter ruler. So, and it's tough. It doesn't bend like some of the really thin ones I have. So. Okay, enough talking about that. There we go. Next, Victorinox Classic Ruby Swiss Army. It says the Classic SD. Here's a little thing. This sure is a little guy. $23.99. This is very similar to what my grandfather used to carry all the time. I have his old Swiss Army knife. When he passed, I got his watch, and I got his Swiss Army knife that he used to carry everywhere. In fact, he loved his Swiss Army knife so much, he was going to a Yukon basketball game. They lived in West Hartford, Connecticut for, you know, all the years. And they wouldn't let him in with his Swiss Army knife. So he couldn't go all the way back to the car. And for some reason, so he actually took his Swiss Army knife and he like hid it in a plant, you know, in the hallway, in the entranceway, and went into the game and then came back out and took his Swiss Army knife out of the plant. Just funny story. This is very similar to this is what he carried like for how many decades? I don't know, but it was like the regular red handle. It wasn't the ruby that's, you know, transparent like this. And this is just a very basic Victorinox that gives you a little tiny blade. It gives you a little tiny file. It gives you scissors. And you've got your toothpick. And you've got your tweezers. And this is... and you know what? I want to point out that if you don't remember, MacGyver carried a Victorinox just like this. It didn't have much more. I don't think it had more than this. I think it was a little bigger than this model. But good old MacGyver, and I know there was a new series. That's bogus MacGyver. No, old MacGyver, becoming Stargate SG whatever MacGyver. Commander MacGyver. That's the real MacGyver. He carried a Swiss Army knife just like this and did all of his contraptions with one just like this. So you don't need a big fancy one. Although it's nice to have a big I have a big fancy one and I love it. But this is what you've got. Now, there's a lot of people who are going to say $23.99, $24. Yeah, I agree. That's quite a bit for this little guy, especially comparatively to some of the other. I mean, if you're going to spend that much, why not get a bigger? I don't know the going price for Swiss Army knives, but it's a little rough. You know, lately cutting money, I get to right there, and I have a problem, and then I get rid of that section there, and it's fine. This little blade is really hard to do though, because it cuts such a small area at a time. But it works. I don't know. I would probably wanna diamond that and strop it just a little bit. But yeah, keep this guy in your keys, and you've got a little multi-purpose little tool there. So I don't know. I might give this to one of the boys. I probably am not prone to carry this around because it just. If I'm going to carry something, I'm going to carry a multi-tool. It is nice, though. I like it that it's transparent and ruby-ish. All right, moving on. We've got a Best Tech, the Boker High, for $63. This better be fantastic for $63. This little guy. So it's 14C28 and steel, a hawkbill blade. Not my favorite. They don't say anything about what kind of handle material. So what makes this little guy $63? Let's find out. I'm really curious. Oh, it's jade. Okay, worth every penny. Oh, it's jade. Little aluminum backspacer on there. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's not so exaggerated. All right. So it's not my favorite blade shape, but I like that. It's not as exaggerated as I thought it might be. It's a very, you know what? I'll tell you this. For people that have trouble with front flippers, this is a great one to learn the mechanics on and to learn the style. Oh, now I look like an asshole. To learn the style and the movements on. Because, well, you know, yeah, there we go. Because this one is just shaped perfectly for you to be able to do that. I love the new style of the branded pivots, by the way. I really do. And nice pivot collar accent there with the gold color. I like this little guy. I do. Oh, praise the jimping lords. Now, I'm not sure what I would use this for exactly. What is up with this money? I picked like the worst cutting money. These little blades don't want to go all, like, it's hard to make it all the way through down to the bottom of the paper. There's got to be something wrong with this batch of cutting money. It's highly unlikely that the blades out of the box are that bad. It's got to be me or the money. But, you know, it's a very, I like the shape. I like the style. I would like it in a bigger size. I would love it in a full size. But not bad. The action on it's great. And I can see if you're into carrying, you know, a small, I call this a sub EDC size. This reminds me of the little Main Street. Remember my little video there where I didn't read specs? I wonder if they make a larger size version of this, because that'd be really cool. But if you're, you know, okay, so if you would carry a Spyderco Dragonfly, this would be just a little bit bigger, but I would probably like this a little bit more than a Spyderco Dragonfly, because it gives you just a little bit more to hold on to. So, yeah, I could see this. When they said Hawkbill blade, I was really expecting much more of a dramatic curve in the blade, something more a little bit karambit style. But this is cool. I get down with this. The only problem with this is, you know, you're going to have problems getting this cutting on a flat surface, or you know, it's not the best utility style, but it does have its advantages. Cutting ropes and lines, it's going to be great. You know, you've got a really nice point there for doing that fine work, but I don't know, I could get used to this. And you know what? This one has some good fidget factor. It's a perfect front flipping opening knife. Okay. Let's clean up a little bit. Let's get to the main event. Speaking of main event, that Tyson-Paul fight, what a joke. Ugh. All right. I mean, if you could even watch it, if your thing didn't just buffer every 10 seconds. So, let's get into the premium. So, Remet, R-E-M-E-T-T-E. I don't know. But this is the Swordfish. Goes for $283. It's a distinctive knife with a 3D textured titanium handle. Okay, we're doing good. M390 steel blade. We're doing good. With a carbon fiber insert. We're doing great. Its innovative opening mechanism that lets users release and retract the blade effortlessly. Sounding cool. Adding fun fidget factor to it. Sounds really cool. Simply hold the knife with the tip facing down, slide the switch, and the top will separate, allowing the blade to slide out. Okay. I'm genuinely curious now. So let's Remet. I don't know, let's check this guy out. What the? Is it like glued closed? Does it slide out? Maybe it is like glued closed. You gotta like open it. I'm just curious now. You've got to like open it yourself for the first time. It is. It's like glued closed. Oh, no it wasn't. I'm an idiot. I'm so often an idiot. Thanks guys for putting up with me. Ooh. Very, oh, it's got like a little leather pocket holder. I hope that doesn't mean it doesn't have a clip, but real leather smells really good. Oh, that is sexy as your mom. Okay, we're going to get to that in a second. Let's see what we got. Is this just the cloth? Let's check out the cloth. I've never seen this brand before. Like I said, I've never heard of it. Oh, decent. Okay. Not super, not thrilling. Okay. It does have a clip. Oh, look at that. And nice carbon fiber. I mean, nice texturing. I've never heard of this brand before in my life. It looks like it almost is going to have a dagger type blade. All right, so. Oh. No, not at all. And that is firmly in there. This would be described as a gravity knife, which is illegal in many places. So I'm not telling you one way or another. I know in New York gravity knives are illegal. Actually, is this a gravity knife? I don't know. Because I think maybe a gravity knife needs to be able to open just from... I'm not sure, but... I'm not going to lie, the sound makes it sound like it's not as solid as it is. But there's no rattling, like with a OTF. No rattling. And once it's locked solid. And it's a nice, almost a clip point, probably more drop point, but almost has that Bowie style. It's a futury kind of looking knife. I have no complaints. I'm excited to always see a new opening system that I haven't seen. I love the double jimping. I love it here and here. Get a really good hold. I mean, even though it's just like basically it's a straight bar of titanium, but you do get a nice hold there. And oh, there we go. That's the stuff. Yeah. M390 steel. I love it. It does. The fidget factor is real. And how, if you even, okay, so if you wanted to take it apart, I guess you'd disassemble these screws. This is not a knife I would mess with at all right now because I've never seen it. It's like a spaceship. Hit the thrusters. No, it doesn't. Can't do like a flick out. But you don't need to because it just effortlessly comes out. That's great. This is really fancy. It's a very nice, I really like this. I really like this. And this alone is, I can't remember the price of the box, but this is, I mean, for the $283, you're like price of the box plus, plus, plus. And the other stuff is just fantastic. I mean, speaking of for the premium anyway. What a cool knife. Oh, I will play with this forever. And this is going to get carried. It'd be great if it was a deep carry clip, but it is awesome. I love this knife. Oh my. Oh my. You know, when they described the innovative opening mechanism, I had no idea what it could... I mean, I just didn't get it, but this... That's really cool. So, we've got... Oh, wait. So then... Oh, I see. Okay. So then I would assume it goes in this little leather holder guy. Like that. If you don't want to use a clip and you just want to put it in your pocket. Or would it make more sense to put it like this? I guess it fits either way. I think that fits a little bit more. And yeah, it is a really nice smelling, good, real leather. So, cool. I could understand, I will say, I can understand how some people might be disappointed in this box. I think when you look at EDC Club, and here's the two different EDC types. So, your everyday carry, literally meaning your everyday, what you carry, you leave the house every day. The things that you pocket up with. I could see how this stuff, every single thing here, could fit that definition. This on your keys, you could throw this in a pocket as like a tool that you're going to carry. Great little EDC blade to have. And this thing, this would be a knife that could be, I mean, high-end materials all over the place. Really cool opening mechanism. It looks really cool. It will definitely, you take it out among your knife guys and they'll definitely want to ask about it and put it in their hands and stuff like that. So yeah, this could be part of your everyday carry. The other definition of everyday carry, EDC, is stuff that you can use in everyday situations. Like, you don't necessarily have it in your pocket every day, but you don't need to be in a specific tactical, survival, bushcraft, whatever. Just stuff that you could use, you find uses for in your everyday walking around. And this qualifies for that too. You know, yes, this is a fancy, high-end kind of knife, but carry a pocket knife everywhere you go. You know what? It's Gibby's rule. So this fits. This being a very small, lightweight, easy to open knife. Yes, you'll have uses for it every day. This having its multiple tools on it. Yes, and this, you never know. So yes, both versions of my definition of EDC, everything in this box fits. I think people that maybe subscribe to the standard this time might feel a little let down. But if you are a premium guy, you gotta be happy. Yeah, I mean, you've gotta be. So, anyway, I love EDC Club. They have, I mean, this is one of my favorite subscriptions, hands down, every single month. I love it. I love it. And I'm so excited to carry this and just mess with it a while. So, anyway, what do you guys think? If I were to ask favorite item in the box, I'm quite certain most people would go with this, followed probably by this, and then it might be a toss-up here. I don't know. But I want to know, what do you guys like best in this box? What do you like least in this box? What are your thoughts overall? I'm just thrilled with this. Oh, I can't wait to just take this out, pocket time, use it, have it seen, demonstrated, have people be like, can I try it? I mean, that's going to be so cool. Yeah, so anyway, thanks guys for spending a little bit more of your precious time with me. I hope you had a good time looking at some of this stuff. Again, let me know what you think. Let's talk about what came in the box this month. Remember that you guys are all absolutely awesome, and I appreciate every single one of you, and I'll be back again real soon.